Okay, what we have here is a Castle Creations Sidewinder speed control. I just had a pretty nasty accident involving ripping the speed control out of the car. I was pretty scared by it, but all's well. I just ripped off the speed control, the on-off switch, this power switch right here. So you zoom that out a bit. As you can see, it negative wire got completely ripped out of the on-off switch. So what I'm doing is taking up the on-off switch, so we can just throw that over there. And as you can see here, I got your negative and positive wires. I stripped them and then twisted them together, and now I'm going to solder them together so that the doesn't come unbonded again. So let's get our soldering. Let's put this down here. There you go. It's a good view. Put in our soldering pen. Hobbyco 60-watt iron. Got it off Tower Hobbies for like $8. It's been good to me. If you can get a better iron, it really is worth it. I have used the Hacko, that fancy one. Very nice iron. So just putting that on there. I don't know how good this is turning out. Should be good. Then just putting a little bit like that, mixing that in, and such like that. There you go. That's enough. Don't need a lot. I'm also using perfect lead-free solder, though personally I like stuff from Radio Shack better, but I can't find any at the moment. So that's what it should look like. Just a little bit of solder on there, and that's all wired together. Now we have a little bit of Dubro 1/8 inch, 3/8 inch heat shrink tubing. Just slip that over there to protect it so it doesn't short out or whatever, get cut off. Take your soldering pen, run it along there. You can also use a match or a lighter. I just don't have one handy, so I'm just taking a soldering pen. Try to avoid touching it on the silver part. It's not that silver right now because it's kind of gross, but I'll show you how to clean that off later. Just run that along there like that to get the tubing nice and small. Shrink right on there. Okay, there we go. There, that heat shrink tubing should keep that good and protected. A pair of wire cutters, also from Radio Shack. Just trim that off. Okay, find where the wire ends, trim it off. There you go. There. Now you don't have to deal with those pesky on-off switches, and you don't run the chance of getting them ripped off like what just happened to me. Okay, how to clean your soldering pen. I got a bowl of little Dixie cup here, sponge. I just hacked apart an old one, and then your soldering pen. That looks pretty gross. It's all covered in like burnt off flux and nasty chemicals. Just it's kind of hard one-handed. So let's see if I can get a good angle like that. Take this like this, put this right here. Just wipe that off. It's pretty easy to do. You don't really run the risk of catching the sponge on fire, so it's pretty safe. It's all filled with water. Make sure it's good and wet. Just wipe it off a couple times. You might need to add a little bit more extra solder to get the flux to get all that nasty stuff up to the surface. There we go. There you go. Just wipe all that stuff off. Okay, now it looks much nicer. What I found this does is it also prevents the tip from getting all busted up and disintegrating, and it gets the iron hot a lot faster. It used to take about 5 minutes for this iron to get completely hot. Now it takes about 2. It's a pretty nice setup. Yeah, so that's it. How to convert take out your on-off switch on your speed control and clean up your soldering pen. So again, the speed control, nice little low profile deal there. No gawky on-off switch hanging out, subject to failure and sadness. That's it. Log out.